I want that to get stupider every time I do it. That time kind of hurt my arms because we have 3 bottles this week. Welcome to This Is Wine. I am your host, Travis Helwig. Thank you so much for watching. If you've never watched before, the entire point of the show is that I don't know anything about wine. I'm learning a little bit as we go, but I don't know anything about wine, and it makes me feel bad when I'm at a wine store or at a dinner and a wine list comes out and they say, do you like something that's dry or do you like something that's not sweet? No, wait, those are the same things. See, I'm learning. And each week we drink the same bottle of wine with 2 comedian guests, 1 wine expert. We go through it. We post the bottle on thisiswine.wine ahead of time so you can drink the same bottle as us and experience what we're experiencing. And we have a great set of shows lined up. If you go to thisiswine.wine, you can see what's coming up. Few pieces of housekeeping. I want to go through them fast because we have a very exciting show and truly too much wine. First, this show takes a couple $100 to make each week. I pay my producer. Sometimes you got to buy the wine. It means so much to the people that help me try to break even each week, and a few ways to do that. First, you could subscribe. If you're an Amazon Prime subscriber, you get a free subscription. Just press the subscribe button. If you tier 1 subscription, you get to join our subscriber only Discord. You get emotes. The Discord is active for 3 weeks now in a way that I wasn't anticipating. And people share what they're drinking. They talk about what wine they like, what they don't like. And it has slowly devolved into mainly memes of me flexing is what I will say. And you know, it's kind of, if that's what you want, it's only $5 for access to that. Also, if you're a tier 2 subscriber, you'll get access to my new newsletter as well at a discount. That's for people that don't understand Twitch and can't figure it out. And I share some of the stuff I'm learning along the way. That's a Substack that I don't remember the URL to, but I'm sure someone in the chat will do it for me because I'm an idiot. Finally, the most embarrassing part of the show, something I truly hate doing, but continues to be the most effective way to almost break even. Haven't done it yet. Have not broken even yet. Getting closer, but haven't done it yet. If you want, you can just Venmo me. This is my Venmo. Venmo me $5. It helps us so much. Truly, it goes a very long way because when you do it through Twitch, I only get part of the money. It means the world that you do it. Here are the people that tip this week. We have, Joshua, Nicole, Emily, Penelope Pup, which is their real Venmo name, Elijah, Lori, Louis, or Louis. I believe that must be Louis C.K. Thanks for the $5. Elizabeth, Sierra, the Steyer twins, Nancy, Metgumi, Justin, and Richard. Thank you so much for donating. Still, our top tip for the 3rd week in a row is $69 from Melissa. Melissa, thank you so much for that $69 tip. If you want to beat Melissa and get your name large, you just got to do $69.01. All right. I'm not going to, it doesn't have to be, there's no, you don't have to double it or whatever. Okay. That's it. Let's go. Thank you, Stock Option, for gifting a sub. And let's start the show, shall we? We have very exciting guests. We have the maker and owner of Lubanzi South African wines here on the show. But first, I want to introduce you to our wine novices. She is a very good friend of mine from the internet. That's how I know her. And I feel like we run in the same circles, both on the internet and out of it. But I've never met her in real life. So please enjoy this first interaction between me and Abelina Sabrina. Sabrina, thank you so much for coming on.
Hi, Travis. Thanks for having me. Happy to finally meet you. God, is everybody just tired of that phrase?
It does make me want to kill myself when I hear it.
Okay.
So, Sabrina, what's your relationship to wine? Do you drink it? Do you like it? Do you hate it?
I don't understand it. I think I'm kind of in the same boat as you. I'd like to know more. But the most I know about wine is like the Stella Rosa wine, that kind of like cheap carbonated one. I don't even know if you can call it wine. It is juice. But yeah, I'm here to learn.
Great. Cool. I mean, that's the exact same situation I was in where I was like, I think I should know more about this, but it's so dense and scary that I don't know what to do. Yep. So thanks for joining us. Our other guest is my friend for a long time. He's a writer and he writes on a lot of stuff. And honestly, I kind of forget what he's writing on now. I believe it's Superstore, but he can tell you. Please welcome my friend, who I was once jealous of his relationship to my wife, Justin Shanes. Justin, welcome for coming on.
Hey, everyone. If I knew that.
I don't know. Well, we're close enough friends now that it doesn't matter. You can know. But when you first started, you both started at Fallon around the same time. Mm-hmm. And I was like, who the fuck? You and CJ Toledano. I was like, who are these men? And I had just started dating Jen, so I was very scared.
It was more flattering when it was just about me, not.
Yeah, no, thanks. It's my insecurity. Justin, I think of you as a foodie. Are you also a wine person?
I wouldn't say that I'm a wine person, but I definitely am somewhat knowledgeable about wine just because my dad is like a big wine guy. And so I've been to Napa with him a couple times, and he goes to these wine events and symposiums and has had me join him for that stuff. So
what is that like? It's
weird. They're real weird. And a lot of times you have to be in the industry to get access. And so my dad, he literally is the wine distributor for exactly one restaurant in the world. But he has business cards printed up, and he uses that to get a lot of access to these things and just kind of lies about his importance.
I will say there's people who reach out to me because of this Twitch show in the wine world. And I'm like, I don't think you guys know what this is. I don't think you understand. Speaking of which, please welcome to the show the owner of a very cool wine brand based out of South Africa. He's a good friend of a friend of the show, Priyanka Arabindi, who connected us. Please welcome Charlie or Charles Brain.
Hey, what's going on? Charlie works. That's great.
Charlie works. Okay. Well, thanks for being here, and tell us about your wine and if we will like it or not.
That's up to you. It's up to you. We'll see in a matter of the show. Although if you don't like it, you got to keep it to yourself till the end.
Yeah,
you can message me. You can message me privately.
When you're on the show, only positive. But next show, we're just gonna tear you to pieces.
Right. That's what we're doing this week. I think for the last guy, we're gonna.
Yeah, we fucking hated Miriam from Flaskenfield.
Right.
Monster.
Exactly.
So tell us about your brand.
Lubanzi. We're a wine brand. We started 5 years ago. So fairly new. And I started it with a really good buddy of mine. His name's Walker Brown. And a pair of winemakers back in South Africa. Really, really cool, amazing, very inspiring woman named Trizan Bernard, who's we love to talk about because there's truly only a sort of a handful of female winemakers back in South Africa. And another guy named Bruce Jack, who kind of an old guy, been around the block for a long time, but a really famous winemaker back in South Africa who, real inspiration. And the four of us.
Is Bruce Jack his real name?
Bruce Jack. Yeah, I know. Is he a movie character? Is he a winemaker?
I think he's a cop who's seen too much.
Right, exactly. And Lubanzi was really born out of, Walker and myself originally met in South Africa. A long time back, we were exchange students there. And the whole business was really born out of this just kind of amazing experience, going there and basically deciding not to leave. Whole thing named after a dog. So this is the part, that we try to melt the hearts.
Tell us more.
So when we were students, long before we ever thought we were gonna start a wine company, we bought bus tickets on it's called the Inner Cape, which is the Greyhound of South Africa. Took 16-hour bus ride across the country, all the way from Cape Town to this eastern coast of the country. It's called the Wild Coast. But, we did this hiking trail out there kind of in the middle of nowhere. It's just a small group of guys. And the first day in, this stray dog started following us. And so naturally,
I'm going to like the wine no matter what now. There's no way I don't like the wine now.
I mean, naturally, we're feeding the dog. I mean, he becomes a friend of ours. But we get to a Backpackers the second day. And the folks at the Backpackers, kind of these two kooky European people. And they were like, hey, you guys brought Lubanzi. Which, of course, they told us was his name because we were like, wait, who's Lubanzi? And they're like, he's the dog. He's been following people up and down this trail for years now. So stuck with us for the whole 6-day, 100-mile trek, kind of all the way to the end. And, you know, when we were naming the wine company, truthfully, we had no name for a long time. We were making wine before we had a name, 100%. And we just were drinking one night and we thought to ourselves, you know, what better thing than to name this after that dog who followed us on that hiking trip, you know, several years back. And I think was sort of an inspiration for us, like in the heart.
I love Lubanzi, and I would die for him, and I want you to know that.
I just gotta say, I refuse to be swayed by this emotional story. I think it's great, but I'm gonna try to judge this wine very objectively.
Wow.
Sabrina is very upset with that.
Just a little bit. He's on every single package.
Yeah.
He's so cute.
You gotta look at the little barcode in the back. There's a little sneaky design thing
Oh my
there.
God.
You mean the bark code?
Yeah, the barcode.
Oh shit.
It's like, all right. Well, why don't we drink some wine? What do you want us to pour first?
We gotta start with the rosé.
Okay.
So it's a sparkling rosé.
I'm gonna put a little in a glass as well.
I'm gonna give a disclaimer that we make all of our wines in cans and bottles, but we're drinking the cans today.
We have both. I have both in front of me, so people believe you.
Travis, are you drinking straight from the can or are you pouring it into a glass?
I'm gonna pour a little bit and then maybe switch to the can, see if it makes any difference.
Great.
Yeah.
Charlie, I couldn't help but notice that you were calling it a rosé and not a rosé. Is that the correct pronunciation?
No, I think it's just the audio. No, rosé is correct. Rosé is correct.
And now I feel like an asshole.
No. This is a sparkling. It's a semi-sparkling rosé. So we call it a rosé. We were sort of like, what do we call it? A rosé spritz, a rosé, and we were rosé bubbles. So
I'm gonna call them rosettes from now on.
Rosettes.
As far as rosettes go, so tell us what we should be tasting, or do you want to? No, here, let's do the thing where we say what we're tasting, and then you can tell us we're stupid. Okay?
Yeah, I like that.
I taste the color pink.
Mm-hmm.
I love that.
But also really quick, I love how like the back of the can, it feels like I'm looking at like an old newspaper from the 1900s. I don't know if it's because of the way the print is like taking up all available space or something, but
yeah,
it's cute.
We have so much story that we've tried to put every little last bit of it onto the labels. And I talk about the dog, and you know, our business has this whole other, you know, social enterprise thing. We'll get to there at some point. So what's everybody picking up?
I want to say I'm getting some orangey citrus, some orange in there, and it's not. It's drier than I was anticipating as well, I'd say.
Mm-hmm.
Full disclosure: I brushed my teeth right before the show, and so I'm trying to get some of that out. So I'm tasting a lot of Crest whitening.
Listerine strips.
Yeah, that's not part of the wine, is it?
We put a little bit of toothpaste in there.
Cool.
It's a 2-in-1.
I don't know. It still tastes like pink. I don't know how to describe it.
I understand what you mean for sure.
Thank you. I like
Maybe
it.
bubble gum.
Bubblegum. I love that. I love the orange and citrusy. You know, I think that's a great description. I think there's often a little bit of like fresh strawberry character in there as well.
Mm-hmm.
But what you should be tasting, it's made from a wine grape called Cinsault, which is really common with French rosés. So a lot of those like Provence, really like pink French rosés that everybody loves. It's a grape called Cinsault, and they grow the same thing down in South Africa. Some would say they grow it better, and we use the exact same grape varietal. You know, actually, a lot of those grape varietals in South Africa, those Cinsault grapes, they're taking vine trimmings from France and, you know, shipping them down into South Africa and planting them. So a lot of them have the same heritage, the vineyards between the two.
Were you into wine before you went to South Africa, or is this the type of thing where you met the people making the wine and were like, hey, I'm interested in this, and you became interested in it?
Yeah, you know, I was kind of born into wine a little bit.
Did you and Justin's parents know each other?
Yes. So growing up, my family was in wine distribution, like Justin's parents.
Mm-hmm.
I think they do more than one restaurant.
Okay.
But it's still.
Hope my dad's not watching for that burn. He's gonna be
hey, your dad sucks, Justin.
Boom. Yeah. So they were small. I grew up. You know, I've got the hat to prove it. I grew up in Kansas City, and they were a small wine distributor out in Kansas. And listen, Kansas isn't the fanciest wine place, but there's still some good stuff going on. And I learned a lot from them about, you know, how wine is bought and sold and how it makes it onto a wine list or into a store or to someone's house. And once you learn that, you know, the rest is the easier part. Learning the business part of it, I think, is where the real learning curve often comes in with these things.
Yeah. As I've been learning more and more, it seems like it's impossible to know everything, is what I'm discovering. Like, there's just too much to know. There's too many grapes. There's so many grapes.
Yeah.
There's so many grapes, and it's great when you just kind of pick a lane, and you're like, this is my thing. And so, you know, I know all this. I know so much about South African wine, but we'll go to an Italian restaurant for dinner with some friends, and people will sit there and say, Charlie, here's the wine list. You got to figure it out. And I'll be like, honestly, guys, I don't know much of anything about Italian wine. It's a whole other universe. And I know South Africa so well, but, you know, it's so much to know. I mean, you can't even begin to like start in terms of how much there is out there, how many wine regions and how many grapes.
Justin and Sabrina, when you're at like a restaurant, if you want to order wine, do you ever order wine at a restaurant? And if you do, what do you say? Because this is all of my anxiety comes from what I have to say to the person who knows everything. And I'm just curious what you guys do in that situation, because I panic.
Oh, give me your sweetest wine is what I say.
Oh,
I don't know.
No.
Oh, why? Oh, no. Is that bad? I want to enjoy it. Like, if they made a wine out of the cotton candy grape, I'm there. I will order that one. I don't know if it's been done, but that's what I say.
That's an idea.
Right?
I feel like saying that with purple hair, I believe you exist in Candyland. Like I think you exist on the board.
Oh, shoot. Pizza matters.
I'd say give me a wine with the most heartwarming dog origin story. Whatever it is.
That's our target market.
And that's usually how I choose, and it works pretty well.
So far, it's been 100, the dog thing. Should we try the other one and compare, see which one we prefer?
Which one?
Oh
yeah, you tell us, Charlie.
Number 2.
I always want to say Charles.
We're gonna go to the white wine. We're gonna go to the white wine. It's a Chenin Blanc.
Great.
I got a new wine glass.
Ooh.
Fancy. That's a goblet.
I traded it with a friend. I had a seat that I wasn't using in my yard, and he gave me 6 fancy wine glasses for it.
That's a good trade, especially with what you do. That's awesome.
Yeah, I was very happy about it.
Is that real crystal, Travis?
You better believe it is, and I don't ask questions because his mom was selling it, and I don't want to know why.
That's great.
Right.
I love that.
Let's
okay, so yeah, we'll start there. I like to. You always got to give it a nice little bit of swirl, you know,
right.
And then put your nose in there.
I find it harder to smell from the cans. Is that something?
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, definitely.
I smell the metal when I put my nose to it.
There's not enough air. There's a whole thing, you know, with the science, and you need the air to get in there.
Oh. I see a wine glass 2 feet away from me.
Hurry! I'm just kidding. I don't. Okay. I hope that she didn't think I was serious. Somebody did a thing where I have to tell you what I taste. So here we go. I was going to do it anyways. You wasted your bits, baby. All right. Let me try one more. This is so nerve-wracking because all the focus is on me. Okay, hear me out, and I don't want you to make fun of me for saying this. Dandelion. And look, do I know what a dandelion tastes like? Honestly, no, but it's giving me the essence of dandelion.
I get that. I do get that, Travis.
I love that. That's the first dandelion tasting note I think I've ever heard at a wine tasting.
So this is all about. It's about breaking down the walls of the wine industry.
I mean, there's like dandelion salad greens. I mean, not like the yellow part, but like the rest of the plant. Like people eat that.
Yeah.
Thank you for your support, Sabrina. That means a lot.
Honestly, Travis, you know what people in the wine world love is when people can come up with things that work, but they're so. People are like, yeah, so if you ever left like a Lucky Charms bowl in the cereal for like 5 or 6 hours and then you kind of like taste it, that's what I'm smelling.
Okay, so just
whenever you can come up with something that's more creative and original, it's like a competition.
Can I try to come up with a new descriptor?
Yeah, absolutely.
See if you could beat dandelion. The piss of Lubanzi the dog.
I am getting some dog piss. I'm picking up notes of a 2006 counterfeit Fendi bag. Is that anything?
Never heard that one before.
Kind of like it's definitely new.
That's a first.
I thought we were going for novelty here.
That's what you're going for. Absolutely, 100%.
Great. I'm in all earnestness, I feel like I'm picking up also like a guava, like a tropical fruit thing, a little bit.
Yes,
totally. There's definitely a little bit of guava, I think, going on.
Even pineapple.
Yes.
Do any of you guys get any kind of like white peach, apricot, stone fruit sort of vibe? Because that's the
Sabrina.
most common one.
Say it. That you can say that you did, and then we can all say that we got it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
What is stone fruit? I've heard that a few times, and I don't know what a stone fruit is.
It's anything with a pin.
Ah.
It's like,
it's like a family of fruit.
Apriums, bluots.
Yeah.
Shout out to Crooked Media for joining. Please subscribe. Thank you for rating the Pride Stream. I hope you had fun with John Lovett. Charlie, you were saying something and I interrupted by yelling at Sabrina. What?
No.
What were you saying?
No, you were good. I was gonna ask. So this is a grape called Chenin Blanc, and some people, maybe you guys are like, oh yeah, I've had a Chenin, but maybe you're like, I don't know what that is.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, because it's kind of there, but it's kind of on the fringe. But what do you think it tastes like in terms of like normal, kind of your more common grapes?
I don't know enough to answer that question, genuinely.
Okay. Some people are like, oh, it's sort of Chardonnay, like it's a little Sauvignon Blanc-esque.
Yeah,
I kind of say it's like right in between those two.
It doesn't have like the buttery part, does it? It doesn't feel buttery to me. Am I wrong?
There's a little bit there. There's a little bit of kind of creamy,
that's
buttery richness.
That's
Travis,
what I meant. Yeah.
You really biffed it with the buttery. This is as buttery as it fucking gets. Jesus Christ.
No, I mean, I feel like people are, it's whatever you taste, that's what it tastes like, It's not supposed to taste like anything. It's all about beauty in the eye of the beholder.
It tastes like celebrating moving into a freshly painted new 1-bedroom apartment. Does that make sense? Like it's a happy smell and feeling.
A happy smell. Yeah.
But it's still only a 1-bedroom. You know, like it's not a mansion.
Yeah, you definitely got the landlord special where they painted over the doorknobs and the cabinet knobs.
So I have to toast to the 2006 Fendi baguette bag. I think didn't you say counterfeit bag?
Yeah.
Counterfeit, not baguette, but
Well, I got a toast to the Fendi baguette bag from 2006. Unless this is a real thing I don't know about.
it might be a type of Fendi bag.
Well, if it's a type of Fendi bag, I'm a huge fan. And if you want to send us over one, I'll put it next to this tote bag. And at least 100 people will see it once a week. So to the Fendi baguette bag, everybody.
Hell yeah.
Cheers.
I just Googled it, and it is a type of Fendi bag.
Oh.
They're $3,300.
I'm sorry for letting down the Pride stream.
So just to drop a quick how to sound smart about wine.
Yes,
thing.
please.
If South African wine ever comes up, all you have to say is, yeah, they make a lot of great Chenin. Boom.
Chenin.
People will be like, yeah, Chenin. It's the thing that South Africa is recognized for and does the best. So if anybody brings up South African wine, you just got to be like, yeah, I love South African wine. They make a lot of great Chenin. And people will be like, wow, yeah, he knows. Like, he definitely knows South African
like
wine.
Shannon, but a little bit different. Shannon Woodward.
Shannon, that was going to be my mnemonic too.
Shannon. Not Chenin. Not Chenin. Shannon.
Shannon. Well, what is Shannon?
Oh, sorry, Travis.
It's a type of grape, but like, how would you describe Shannon as a wine comparatively to like a Chardonnay or Sauv Blanc?
Yeah, it's hard because Shannon's sort of a chameleon of a grape, to be honest. You can kind of make it taste like all sorts of different ways. You can do Shannon that's really acidic and like tropical fruit. You can do it more like Chardonnay, where it's really kind of like rich and long and creamy, and sort of like got this yeasty vibe to it. But
maybe
this kind of like is a little more towards that one, but there's a little bit of acidity to it, a little bit of fruit, but like the mango we were talking about.
Yeah,
but it's kind of a chameleon. It's the most widely grown wine grape in South Africa, so it's kind of what they do best.
I'm going to shoehorn South Africa in every conversation I have for the next 6 months, just so I can bring up that they make a lot of good Chenin, and then pivot to how Chenin is like a high acidity wine that's very versatile, and you can go a lot of different ways with it.
That's perfect. You just have to sit. If you're having a wine thing, you just have to kind of sit there and be like, so have you guys had many Chenins from South Africa?
I'm set.
And then you can kind of explain.
Someone asked a question, which is, what makes wine long? Is that a phrase?
Long?
Yeah, definitely. How do I explain it the simplest way? Yeah, the long means like it sits on your palate. So if you take a drink of this and then get up and like walk down the street, like, is it still hanging there kind of in the back of your mouth a little bit? Or are you drinking it and like 5 seconds later it's gone and you can't taste it in your mouth anymore?
Down the street feels too long. I don't want to.
Yeah.
You want to let it linger. It lingers.
Yeah.
Really?
Maybe half a block.
Okay.
Do you have to? Do you have to let it linger? What's up, everyone? It's wine o'clock somewhere, everybody.
We didn't even get to the last fucking wine, Mark.
Yeah, that's because you're taking too long, not me. Hi, I'm Mark. I'm the producer of this show, and I'm here to bring a little bit of fun, and I'm super high exposed right now, and I got to adjust the exposure of my camera.
I'm going to pop the last one while he's talking.
Okay,
all right,
cool.
crack
Are
it
we
open.
doing that?
Yeah, here, everybody crack open your wines while I explain the chaotic nature of my arrival here.
I thought you were going to say you were super high. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
different podcast.
I'm not high yet. I usually get really high at the end of the show after when I'm trying to overcome my hangover that's inevitable.
Right.
So here we go. Hold on a moment. There it is. Thank you so much. Thanks,
We
Logitech.
run a very tight ship over here, Charlie. So thanks for sending us free wine.
Yeah.
Charlie, we love. And here we go.
Gotta keep moving.
before we start with the game, I do want to just show off in our Discord. We've had some memes that there are too good to not share. First of all, I just want to show this piece of greatness from NMF.
There are so many now of just me flexing attached to a meme.
Well, then we've got, of course, this original piece of art from Cinnamon Buns based off that meme, which is
Wow.
I don't know, pretty iconic. I would call this piece of art iconic personally. And then this is just another high-class meme that I wanted to share. Another NMF original here.
Oh, poor guy.
Which is actually kind of accurate given the quantity of wine that we receive for this show. But yeah, if you submit memes on the Discord, babe, you better believe they're going to be showing up on this show. But I'm not here just to talk about high-quality memes made by our incredible fans. I'm here to run a game that I like to call Who Tweeted It? Women Who Love Wine Edition. Okay,
Boo.
so there is a Twitter account / Instagram influencer called Women Who Love Wine that Travis alerted me to that is extremely sexist, that like makes these insane jokes. Okay, I'm gonna just show the jokes about women drinking wine. And what I've done is I've created my own version of Women Who Love Wine memes. And what I'm going to ask everybody here, including the audience, to do is to try to figure out which is the tweet that I wrote and which is a tweet that they actually posted and people liked on Twitter and Instagram. Is everybody clear?
Crystal.
I'm ready. Hey,
Charlie,
speaking
are
of
you-
Crystal?
Yeah.
If you know someone whose parents have gotten divorced, you can get a good deal.
Whoa. There.
And also, thank you for the sub, Grievous Bodily Harm. Sorry, I can't shout you out via text right now. But I will be calling out everybody who subscribes like Red Sox Cowboy Jazz. Thank you for the subscriber. So here we go. Who tweeted it? Women who love wine. Tired, bull in a china shop. Wired, mother of two at a liquor store. Versus employer, why do you want this job? Me, I buy a lot of clothes and I drink a lot of wine. Charlie,
Two not jokes. Two things very
These are
close
not
to jokes,
let me just
but they're
tell
not
you-
jokes.
which is real? Left or right? I'm starting a poll so the audience can play along. Charlie, what are you thinking?
I'm gonna have to guess right.
Okay. Do you have a follow up, or is that just you're going right? You're just
Pure instinct.
pure instinct. Okay, Sabrina.
I think it's the one on the left because whether the person themselves is also like a mother, I think either they relate or it's somebody who is not a mother and they're being kind of like judgmental. I think it could go either way if it's the one on the left.
Okay, Justin.
I think the one on the right is real. It's more nothing. I feel like the tired wired is maybe a little too clever for this group, so I'm gonna go.
I totally agree. That's spot on.
I think I'm going to agree with Sabrina. I think that there's something very specific about mother of two that really lends itself to, you can see behind the screen a little bit of like, oh, this person who tweeted this hates their children.
Well, I have to say the audience
dark.
is with Justin and Charlie, and I gotta say the three of you were right. This is something that Women Who Love Wine actually tweeted because life is a Kathy cartoon, and that's how some people believe. Okay, so right now in a commanding lead are Justin and Charlie and the audience in a three-way tie, but we have more opportunities. Here we go. Next up, we've got on the left, drink the whole bottle before 12 p.m. challenge.
Jesus Christ.
Versus tonight I'm drinking half a bottle of wine paired with the other half of a bottle of wine. Justin, we're going to go you first and then Charlie. And I'm going to just set up the poll right now. for everybody in the audience. So yeah, go for it. Start talking to me, Justin. What are you thinking?
The one on the left is pretty dark, but I once again I'm going the one on the right. That just feels that's something I feel like my aunt would have embroidered on like a pillow or on like a fridge magnet.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with that one.
Okay, Charlie.
I feel like this. It's like kind of trying to make fun of a certain group of people, right? And so I'm going left because they're really targeting someone.
I love that, Sabrina.
You know what? I actually do think it's the one on the right this time. It really has that tone of, oh, I'm so bad. I'm so bad. I'm going to drink the wine. I'm so bad. The kind of vibe that they usually give off. So I'm going right.
Trav?
Once again, I'm copying Sabrina. I think the one on the left is too dark. I think it's too dark for them to admit. I think if it was drink the whole bottle before 5 p.m. challenge, maybe. But 12 is in. Okay, having one glass before 12, maybe. But the whole bottle? That you gotta help. You need help.
Yeah. Well, I gotta say, yes, Travis, you were right, as well as the audience.
Sorry, Charlie.
Justin and the audience, y'all are in a commanding lead with 2 points here.
Wow.
And you know what? And there are some people in the comments saying that's actually a pretty good joke. And you know what? Talk to
It's
us.
the best of the four. It's the best of the 4 jokes so far. Is that one?
Here we go. Everybody's gonna have a chance to redeem themselves. I wrote a bunch of these. Here we go. On the left, if you think you can win me over with pasta and wine, you're right. Versus chocolate is foreplay.
Oh no.
Okay, Justin. While I set up the poll, you get to talk.
I mean, chocolate is foreplay. I say that all the time. I think I probably say that more than anything. But I think pasta and wine, I think that's more in line with the other 2 that we've seen. And so I'm going left.
Okay, going left. Go for it. Who's next? Charlie.
Yeah, I feel like Justin knows what he's doing. I'm gonna have to go left as well.
Okay. Sabrina.
You know what? I think I just like the one on the right so much. I'm just going to vote for it. I don't even have a good reason to. I just like it.
Travis.
I'm gonna also say the one on the right because I think this is a classic Marcus trying to trick us by it not being about wine. It's the first one not about wine, and I think that's on purpose, and I think it's real. So I think it's the one on the right. I'm metagaming right now.
Oh wow, it's deep.
Wow.
Metagame. The game is meta, but I have to say you overthought it. It is
Fuck.
the one on the left. The audience is right. Charlie is right to just trust Justin's instincts.
Yeah.
It's a cash
Spidey
prize, right?
senses.
The winner gets a lot, like Venmo'd all the money that Travis got Venmo'd.
The prize.
Is there any chance
prize?
this is Justin on the Twitter?
Yeah, I have to say, Justin, I'm hoping to stump you. I tested this out on my wife, and she got most of them wrong. So I'm hoping that what I'm really trying to do is this is my audition to be the copywriter for this Twitter account because they have so many followers that I think that it's a job and I need one of
The
those jobs.
Instagram has 500,000 followers for these jokes.
Oh my God.
Who the fuck is running that? I am so curious who they are now.
All they do is post screenshots. Their Twitter account has 6,000 followers, but the Instagram has 500,000, and all they do is post screenshots of the tweets no one sees.
Yeah, the Twitter account.
That's a winning strategy.
The bio of the Twitter account is literally, we're kind of a big deal on Instagram. Here we go.
Wow.
On the left, guys, if you were at the store thinking, should I get my girl a bottle of wine? The answer is always yes. Don't think, just buy the bottle. Versus, a bottle a day keeps the marriage together. Justin, You are still. You and the audience are in a dead heat. I'm hoping one of you screws up at one point. But what do you got for me?
This one is the hardest one yet. And I feel a lot of pressure just because I need to keep this perfect track record. I'm sorry. This is literally dead air right now.
The stakes couldn't be higher.
You know what? I'm gonna go right.
Going right. Okay. Charlie.
Yeah, I was gonna go left, but I gotta go right because the comments, people are making some good points.
Yeah.
You're looking at the comments? Well, I can do that too.
Is that cheating? Did I just cheat?
No, that's not cheating at all. The comments are there.
I think they're
as
analyzing
part of the
you,
show.
Mark. Yeah,
They
they're
are.
analyzing you,
I
though.
mean, I love them.
They're coming at you, and I
they're-
think they're making good points.
Okay. Tell me what the points are that you're responding to.
Let's see where we at. I like, based on Mark's inflection, I feel like he reads his own jokes with more pizzazz. Maybe a trend.
Wow.
I was told
Holy shit. That's from Meme King NMF _, the champion of memes. Okay, Sabrina, which one is tickling your fancy? The audience is saying left.
You know what? I also think it's on the left because it's more it also feels like relationship advice, which people seem to like to give on the internet, where the one on the right seems a little bit more like judgmental, and people who post about wine seem to want to fake how great the relationships are. So maybe the one on the left.
Oh, that's
Okay.
I have
I'm
copied you.
overthinking it again.
I've copied you every time, Sabrina, and this is no different. The one on the left is right. The one on the right is again too depressing to be real.
Right?
They would not post that on this account. They do not admit their depression, even if they have it on this account.
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta say, Travis and Sabrina.
we got one!
That's correct. You're
Fuck
doing
you,
it.
Justin.
And I think NMF had the big brain strategy. The audience is now the clear leader here, but Justin has 3 points. Sabrina and Charlie each have 2 points. Travis, you got a point. And so that's what matters.
I've guessed the same as Sabrina. Whatever.
Yeah, I think we both have
Not
one
every
point.
time. No, Sabrina, you have 2 points, and Travis will
Okay.
have one.
You know, if I have 2 points, I'll take it. I'll shut up.
Yeah, you know what? It
Wow.
honestly could be
Wow.
an accounting error on my part.
No,
but
I've got
you
2
know what?
points.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Okay, left. Word of wisdom for new moms. Don't count your wine bottles before you make it out of the grocery store parking lot. Versus nothing like a glass of wine and a good cry to wrap up the workday. And I tried really hard to mask my inflection this time.
I can tell you did sound different.
Yeah, NMF, really good. I literally just almost wrote I'm not going to tell you what I wrote. Justin.
I'm in my head now. I'm not gonna lie, but I think the clunkiness of the one on the left. I'm feeling that one. I'm going left is real.
Left is real. Charlie.
I'm putting my faith in Justin again
Yeah.
because it's a good strategy.
Sabrina.
No, you know what? I'm really sold on the one on the right. It's quirky, you know, like that's the kind of people they're trying to reach. Quirky moms. So I think the one on the right.
Okay, and Trav.
I agree that the one on the right is the closest to sad that they will get, but I think the one on the left is right. I'm going to go with the one on the left, but I think if they were going to go sad, the one on the right's as sad as they would go.
Okay, and the audience, the left is what they are voting for, and I gotta say, I stumped ya! Finally!
Oh,
And now Sabrina is tied for first, and I'm gonna put Sabrina. You're gonna go first in this next voting round.
When Mark gets excited, he turns into the mask.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, I mean, Jim Carrey was my hero.
Hmm.
I'm not alone in that, but there are many.
Do you think Jim
problematic
Carrey
things
got the
about Jim Carrey.
vaccine? Truly, do you think Jim Carrey got the vaccine?
Whoa,
It's a
good
great
question.
I don't. No,
I
don't
think
answer
he
that. Don't answer that. Don't answer I don't
Oh
want to
my
know
God.
some questions you don't want to know.
You don't want to know the answer to that. Did Jim Carrey get
We'll
the
have that
vaccine?
discussion in the Discord afterwards. If you subscribe, you can chat about it.
Jim Carrey's character in The Mask definitely did not get the vaccine.
Yes, that's
that
true.
much I know.
Well,
Yeah.
no, I mean, the character in The Mask got the vaccine. It's the mask who didn't get the vaccine. You know what I
Okay. You're right. Okay. I'm sorry. Yes.
mean? Okay, here we go. On the left, Rome wasn't built in a day. They were too busy drinking wine. Versus Happy National Rosé Day, or as I like to call it, Saturday.
Oh, right. Right. I have no doubt in my mind it's the one on the right.
Can you elaborate?
I feel like they wouldn't refer to history. Like the one on the right just makes it seem like, oh, I'm a fun drinking and white tight. Like I drink on Saturday. But I think it's the one on the right. I don't know.
Hell yeah. Thanks for the subscriber, Ali Deus.
Thank you,
Again,
Ali.
I'm doing those vocally while I am not able to produce the show and I'm just running the game. Justin.
The amount of pressure you're putting on yourself is wild.
My mood honestly dropped so much just in the last two rounds. I was really wrong. I'm gonna go left.
Okay.
Ooh.
He's going
I
left.
think Justin's going left
Contrarian.
specifically to try to make a gain on Sabrina. I think he's doing a play. He
Yeah.
wants to take the lead. I think he knows that he can't just pick the same one.
Yeah.
Power
I need
move.
Preparation.
Yeah, I'm Team Sabrina. So
wow,
going right.
Charlie has abandoned Justin.
bad adjustments.
Wow.
Sorry, Justin.
I'm also going to the right, it was just National Rosé Day, and I don't think Mark scrolled back that far. So I think that it's the one on the right.
Okay, and you're right. Everybody, like it was a complete blowout in the audience. And right now, I gotta say the audience is winning 5 to Sabrina's 4. We've got a tie for third, Justin and Charlie with 3, and Travis is in the basement with 2. But there's still...
I've gotten more than 2 right. I had 1 point. I had 1 point, and I've gotten the last 2 correct.
Oh no!
I don't know.
Accounting here.
Don't
Okay,
make
on the
me.
left.
I'll book Pally again. Man.
What is
No,
what does that mean?
Okay, on the left, there are two types of people. 1, people who piss me off. 2, winemakers. On the right,
Wow,
I'm either drinking wine, about to drink wine, or thinking about drinking wine. Okay, Sabrina, talk to me.
I'm pretty sure I've seen the one on the right on a t-shirt in Walmart somewhere. So I'm pretty sure it's the one on the right.
You've got the Walmart connection here. Justin, what are you thinking?
I'm analyzing the punctuation. The one on the left feels like too formal. The dashes feel more like, I don't know, women who love wine. So based on punctuation alone, I'm going right.
Okay. And thank you for the sub gift, Frozen Grapes. We appreciate that.
And Amy Casey.
Okay, Charlie, what are you thinking?
I gotta go right as well. And I don't have a great reason other than something about using the word winemakers throws me off for the left.
Yeah.
As though the person who writes this doesn't know what a winemaker is.
I'm sure they're aware of them. They just don't think about them.
Yeah.
Oh, I love this. Angry alcoholism versus quirky alcoholism. Okay, and Travis.
I am also going with the right. I think the word winemakers is, Charlie's right, is what's wrong with it. It would be like bartender or like
wine pourer.
or like person holding a bottle of wine. Winemaker the people who make this account have never been to a winery. they have never been to a vineyard.
I totally agree.
Well, the audience is fully on your side, and I got to tell you, you're all right.
That's a turkey, baby.
That's turkey.
That's a turkey, baby.
Travis finally got 1 point.
God damn it.
Okay,
I got Pally's number. Pally's coming back.
I gotta say, okay, so that's the end of our challenge, and the audience won. The audience had one missed answer.
Wow.
Sabrina, you came up second, so you get our special guest prize, but the audience gets to take part in this. The prize here, I do want to say, all of this copywriting for women who love wine so motivated me that I went ahead and I created this Twitter account. It's called Men Who Love Wine. And it exists. I tweeted a few times yesterday, and audience, your prize for winning is in the Discord. I'm going to create a new channel for submissions to the Men Who Love Wine Twitter account, and our favorite ones we'll tweet out because that'll be a fun group project. But Sabrina, you win the host prize, which is you get to say whatever you want right now.
Put more dogs on your labels. That's what I would say.
Yeah. Dogs on your
Okay.
label.
Yes.
Back to the shadows for me.
Thanks, Mark. It's always a nightmare to see you, you demon. So during that game, Charlie, I want you to know I've been enjoying your red wine. I don't know what kind of red wine it is, but I will say at first, coming straight after the white, was very scared of this red wine. And now I am into it. It's taken a little bit of time, but once I got my palate away from the other shit, I think it was, by shit, I mean the other stuff.
Yeah.
And now I'm enjoying this quite a lot. Tell us about it.
Listen, I like that you say that because, we wanted to make a red wine that, all the wines, we wanted to make a red wine though, as well, that we like to drink. And yeah, like red wine can be a bit intense sometimes and like a bit like dark and like big and like, it just kind of dries your mouth out and it's too much alcohol. And so wanted to do something that was a little bit lighter, a little bit more fresh. This is a blend of grapes. It's 3 different grape varietals we use, mostly a grape called Shiraz, which, wine fact, Shiraz and Syrah, same thing.
That's so good to know. Thank you.
Yeah,
Why-
if anybody
what are
tries
the-
to stump you on that, it's the
What are
exact same
why
thing.
do they use different names?
Somewhere along the line, somebody started calling Syrah Shiraz. And there's a lot of lines that get blurred in wine.
I got so angry on our third show because we were drinking a Burgundy Blanc. And then he was like, this is Chardonnay. And I was like, why isn't it called Chardonnay? Why is it called a Burgundy Blanc? And I guess just in France, they have to name it by where it is from. And it's Chardonnay grapes in France. Here in the States, we drink based on variety of grape. Is that correct?
Yeah, no, exactly.
I'm fucking learning
France,
so much.
You drink Bordeaux, but you're really drinking, well, if it's cheaper Bordeaux, you're drinking Merlot, but if it's more expensive Bordeaux, you're drinking Cabernet. But yeah, it's basically Cabernet or Merlot every time with Bordeaux. Same thing. Like France, it's very confusing. They kind of throw everyone for a loop. Most people just call it the grape varietal, but France kind of decided to do its own thing and go off this path and just call it after the place instead.
So somebody has cashed in some bits. Charlie, you have to answer Peter's question right now.
Shiraz. It's cooler to call it Shiraz.
Is it because there's a Z in it?
Yeah, but it depends. In the Southern Hemisphere, everyone calls it Shiraz mostly. That's like what you find mostly. But for some reason, Northern Hemisphere, American wines, European wines, everyone calls it Syrah. But you sound more cool and exotic if you say Shiraz.
Shiraz.
Sure. Yeah. Wait, say that again, Sabrina.
Shiraz.
Looked like you were gonna like throw dust in my face.
Yeah.
No, it sounds like Shirazi salad.
Oh yeah.
That's what I'm thinking in my head. Now, when I drink, I get the munchies.
But yeah, it's like a bit of a lighter red wine. It's a bit more drinkable. It's not as like heavy. There's not as much alcohol to it. There's a little bit of it there, but just not like an overwhelming amount, you know? Trying to keep it a little more easygoing.
Charlie, I'm picking up like, I don't know, I want to say maybe 18% of like a Grenache Noir. Am I close?
Wow, it's funny you say that because it is 18% Grenache.
Really? Oh
Wow.
my God.
Justin,
Crazy.
if
Wow.
you're looking for a job, maybe. Yeah, it's Shiraz. It's 75% Shiraz. It's 18% Grenache Noir, and it's 7% a grape called Mourvedre.
We had Mourvedre, I think, before, and I didn't know how to pronounce it. It was in a blend as well. It was in a GSM. Is this a GSM?
Sort of. I mean, SGM. So
SGM.
people say them in different orders. So
This is better than the last one we had. We had a Roukler from Oregon, I want to say, or Washington,
okay.
and it was fine. And the winemaker was not on. It was Assam. She was very nice, and I just would like to express to the public that it was just fine.
Yeah,
it was just fine.
This is my favorite of the three wines that we've had so far. I really.
really. That's
Oh
great.
yeah, let's go through. So, Sabrina, what's your favorite of
Number
the three?
one.
I really like the rosé, then the white one, then the red one. I like the rosé. It's very close to it reminds me of like champagne, which is my favorite if I'm reaching for wine. I like bubbles.
Sabrina, you know what's great is you mentioned earlier that you'd order sweeter wines, but that rosé has 0 sugar. It's as dry as you can make wine. It's great. So there you go.
Interesting. I learned something about myself. Thank you.
Yeah.
We're running the table. My favorite is the white. I think the white was my favorite.
Okay.
The Chenin. I never had Chenin, and it was quite nice. So here's something we do as we near the end of every show.
Yeah.
I ask everyone, and this is how we rate the wines. Is I ask everyone if they would prefer this wine or a Miller High Life. If you are
wow.
If you are at your home and you're streaming Hacks on HBO Max out now, or maybe listening to Edith a podcast, if you subscribe to the podcast, you're just sitting home, you want to drink while you listen to your favorite podcast, Edith, starring Rosamund Pike. Melissa, I want you to know something. I always start wrapping up the show around a half hour left, and it always goes long. So this is me, the beginning. I'm rounding the turn, but we're not done, baby. We ain't done.
What about women who love Miller High Life?
Hey, we're out there. We exist. There's dozens of us.
That should be a Twitter account. Women who love Miller High Life.
I'm on it.
That might get dark.
There's a I think it's a Coors Light ad that they very much are like, we're going to target women now, and it's someone opening a Coors Light and then taking off their bra, and it's so specific.
Oh, yeah.
I could see the marketer go,
like, chill.
How do we get women? Oh, women like their bras coming off, we think. Make that part of the ad. It just seems so transparent to me.
And that's targeted toward women.
Yes, exactly. But whatever.
Did she let out like a huge sigh of relief?
Yeah, and then she throws it, and then she like chugs it on Coors Light.
They got us.
Wow.
There's 2 types of women: the women who throw their bras after they chug Coors Light, and the women who follow women who love wine. So. Here's how we end the show. Normally, we're not actually ending the show, but this is how we round the turn. Mm-hmm. I ask you if you would prefer this wine or a Miller High Life. There's 3 wines here. So we're going to go through all 3. Everyone's got to tell me if they were home alone, and that's important. You're home alone, and you're going to have a drink. Would you choose this wine or Miller High Life? Here's the problem. Usually, people are too scared to say something in front of the winemaker, the somm. People don't want to pick the Miller High Life over the wine. So what we started doing was having the personification of Miller High Life here to defend himself. Unfortunately, Miller High Life couldn't make it tonight, but he did send a video, and I wanted to show the video right now.
What's up, Moondoggies? Dooba 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 doo. Sorry I can't be there. I'm going to see my sister marry the man of her dreams. That's right, my sister's getting married. Nothing is more Miller High Life than watching a person who has the same skin and blood as you marry the person they love. Dooba dooba doo. I wish I could be there and watch you talk to each other, but I got to do what I got to do. Well, you done me and you bailed. I felt it. I tried to be chill, but you're so hot that I melted. I fell right through the cracks. Now I'm trying to get back before your cool done run out and you'll be giving my bestest. Nothing's gonna stop me but divine intervention. I reckon it's getting my turn to win some or learn some. But I won't hesitate no more, no more, no more. I cannot wait. I'm yours. Well, open up your mind and you see that this is like the Sopranos ending. Open up your mind.
Okay.
Who is that poor woman?
Yeah, that's the big reveal from this video, is that there's a Mrs. High Life.
That was so creepy. Just someone sitting there silently, not moving the whole video.
That is also true. Mark, why did he say this is like the Sopranos ending? Does he think the Sopranos ended with a person singing Jason Mraz for a long time?
Wait, that wasn't Jason Mraz?
It was because I think it was because Meadow parallel parks. If you remember, to try to get to the restaurant.
I thought it was because it's music and it's going to end abruptly, both of which happened. I forgot about the parallel park thing. Is very stressful. I forgot about that.
Was he parking or was he getting out of the parking spot?
Meadow, his daughter Meadow was trying to park, and that just like added tension to the scene. And you're like, what is going to happen to her?
But was Miller High Life trying to park or get out of the parking spot?
Right.
I'm curious.
Sorry, I thought you meant Tony Soprano.
I couldn't tell if he was about to embark on a long drive and he just drank a beer, or if he had finished a drive and was drinking a beer.
I think he's about to drive to his sister's wedding. I think something bad is going to happen.
Oh, shit.
Don't drink and drive. Be drunk and feral responsibly, everyone. So let's start with Sabrina.
What's up?
We're gonna. All right. You know what we'll do? We'll each go in a circle and we'll go one wine at a time, and we'll decide if we would choose it over a Miller High Life. So first, we're gonna go in order. The rosé. Would you choose the rosé or a Miller High Life? You're home alone watching Hacks on HBO Max.
The rosé.
The rosé, Justin.
You know, the rosé for me, a little drier than maybe my taste. I'm gonna go with the Miller High Life.
Miller High Life, okay. And I'm gonna say the rosé because I like Charlie and he sent us wine, and you're unappreciative, Justin.
Justin, I trusted you for so many of those questions, and then you just threw me under the bus.
But here's the thing: you now know that you can trust my opinion. So if I go with a wine in subsequent rounds, which I'm not saying that I will, you'll wow,
I don't
mean something.
I don't want people who I can trust. I want people who just say
Loyal.
yes.
Loyal. Lubanzi. He needs Lubanzi in his life. Charlie, would you
Lubanzi? Think of what you just said to Lubanzi. Say that to Lubanzi's face, and then do it again.
Oh wait, we have to answer someone's question. What's the question, Mark?
They're reading Infinite Chess.
Cyanide. Okay.
Don't get the cans because you need more wine. You got to get the full bottles for that one, definitely. But
What
is that?
So when I'm sitting here enjoying my thoroughly red Infinite Jest, look at how red this was.
Show us the spine. Holy shit.
I actually read it because I went to grad school. And guess what? It's not worth it, baby.
Wait, grad school or the book?
Neither, Sabrina. Neither.
you need to drink the bottles of sparkling rosé because it'll take you so long that you'll need that little bit of excitement every time you open a bottle of sparkling wine. And it'll get you through the book.
I would recommend reading it once in your life because it is interesting in parts, but it's not. I would never reread that book. You need 2 fucking bookmarks to do it and a lot of wine. I would say you definitely want one of the lighter wines of these because it's about being depressed and you want to feel something while you do it. Thank you, Hugh Kenny, for the sub. Charlie, would you choose your own wine that's a rosé or a Miller High Life?
Do you really ask all the winemakers?
Not normally, but I thought it could be. What if you do? Do you like Miller High Life more than any of your wines?
I'm gonna go with that one.
Okay, cool.
You never know.
Sabrina, the white wine or the Miller High Life?
I do really like white wine, so I would still choose the white wine.
Okay, Justin.
I think that
Here we go.
Oh my god. Our first villain, Justin Shanes. How many? If somebody tips me more than $100, I will burn Infinite Jest next time. I will have a book burning if you give me $100.
That's great.
And I want you to know how good it feels to have a red copy of Infinite Jest. And I'll destroy it. I'll destroy it for $100. Sorry, Justin.
I mean, the thing that's throwing me, if I have to be honest, is just that we're drinking alone, and a bottle for me is a lot. But if I could do the can,
the can.
Okay.
It's okay. It's okay. I just want to say, Justin, before you answer, it's okay.
Okay, but what if it's a 40 of the Miller High Life that you would have to drink?
Oh yeah, it's a 40 of a Miller High Life that you have to drink,
40?
Or a bottle of wine.
Okay. I'm going Miller High Life.
Oh my god!
We got a 40 hands.
I do respect you, Justin, because this is the first time this has ever happened where you're showing yourself, and honestly, that means a lot. I'm gonna go with the white wine, which was my favorite, the Chenin Blanc. Charlie, you can answer if you want.
No, I'm gonna keep going with my one.
Oh, the thing you make money off of? Okay, cool.
That one, yep.
And finally, Sabrina, the red wine, the blend, the SGM, Shiraz, Grenache, and Mama, or a Miller High Life.
I think at this point, I would go with the Miller just because, like, at home, and we're talking about at home watching like TV, right? I would get the Miller and I would put like tajin and chamoy in it, like myself, and that's how I drink my beer when I'm at home. But the red, so it kind of turns into a red, but not quite this red.
Okay.
This is you know what I love about this? Because we've had so many wines, that doesn't feel insulting to Lubanzi because she clearly likes the other stuff. I'm on board with this multi-tasting idea. Justin's the only piece of shit. Justin, what do you prefer?
I just got a text from Travis. What the fuck are you doing? This isn't cool. Just say you like the wine. So, okay, I just had to.
Red.
Just to prove that that's not true, look at how many fucking push notifications I have.
Oh, this guy's popular.
I think I'm gonna have to exit.
I will say I've earned everyone's trust over the course of the last several minutes, and I if we're being fully honest, and honesty has been encouraged, I'm going with the red.
All right.
Over the high life here. It was my favorite one. It was great. Red any day.
Justin, are you
yes.
See, it does seem to mean a lot more because you didn't like the other two.
Yeah. Here's
Wait,
what I will.
oh no. Cinnamon Buns Venmo'd me $100.69. I have to figure out how the next stream is with Shannon Wood. Well, no, next week is a Moose Bouche with Mark where he makes everybody drink kombucha, which is bad.
Wow.
You shouldn't watch. But after that, it's Shannon Woodward and someone else because Andrew Law canceled, and I'll never talk to Andrew Law again. But I love Andrew Law. I'm kidding. No drama. But I will figure out how to burn the book. Maybe I'll do it on camera and show you the video, but I'll figure out how to burn Infinite Jest.
Do it.
And I'm, for the third time, picking Lubanzi over the Miller High Life. Not a bit.
Hey.
Like it more than Miller High Life. And I think you make good wines, Charlie. Charlie, what do you pick?
Here's what I'll say. There is this guy I know he's a master somm and he's a master of wine, right? So there's three of them. There's three of them in the world. Because it's
And
like
you know one of them?
Yeah, I know one who's my neighbor growing up, which is crazy, right?
In Kansas?
You have to pass these, yeah, right? And you have to pass these incredibly hard wine exams on both sides. And I was talking to this guy once, and he was like, man, you got to drink a lot of like beer to sell a little bit of wine. And I think it goes to show you that as amazing as even the most incredible wine professional in the world is, it's okay to also love beer. So after 2 bottles of wine, I will absolutely enjoy a Miller High Life.
Whoa!
Wow.
Charlie says his own wine sucks. You heard it here first. Shout out to the hype train if that's actually happening, or was that a mistake, Mark? Mark, come on, tell me if it was a mistake.
No, it was me trying to express that I'm feeling hyped.
Mark, give us your reviews. How many High Lifes? How many wines?
So I drank the full rosé, loved it.
Nice.
Take it over a Miller High Life. I'm I'm like halfway through this.
Which you told us is a half of a bottle.
It's a half of a bottle.
But we should have played
I'm
a whole
having a
game and
blast.
people guess. Yeah.
I'm having a blast over here. Love this. Now, Charlie, am I right? In South Africa, do they call Chenin Blanc Steen? Is that right?
Oh, that's a nice little history lesson. Yeah. They do call it. It's one of those things, I was talking about Syrah Shiraz.
Yeah.
So somewhere along the line, I think it was like back in 1800s, they started calling it Steen just because somebody was like, yeah, this is Steen. This is what it's called. Everyone was like, oh yeah, this is Steen. It's like, definitely, like, I love Steen. And then somewhere in like the late 90s, somebody did some lab analysis and they were like, guys, by the way, this is a grape called Chenin. It's been Chenin the whole time. We kind of fucked up somewhere along the line and accidentally called it Steen. And we got to stop and we got to go back to calling it Chenin.
Wow.
So
Hell
they
yeah.
do call it Steen still just for fun, but there's sort of a little history there with just it being a total mistake.
That's
I
actually
love that.
that actress when she travels to South Africa is called Mary Chenin Blanc Virgin because of the. All right, this was great.
I love that. It's one of my favorite moments is watching someone take a swing and realizing they missed and just
He didn't miss, and I want to say clearly,
he didn't miss, but he felt
here's
like
what
he missed.
Here's what happened. We were all doing the math in our head. We were putting Steen in the name, and in that moment, it doesn't translate over Zoom. That moment where you're putting Steen in the name, Nooch is right. It's a great joke, but it's not one that you can laugh at right away over a screen.
Yeah, well, everyone will be laughing about it tonight before they go to bed.
In the Discord, we're gonna love the Steam joke.
Speaking of the Discord, I think it would be remiss of me to not. Oh, and I just want to say hello from Butter Pie. Butter
Shout
Pie,
out to
say
Butter
hi,
Pie.
everybody. Hi, sweetie. She's
My
on.
name's
She's
Butter
on.
Pie.
This is Butter Pie. Yeah, this is Butter Pie. She's wanted to hang out with me, and she doesn't like it when I'm talking to people who aren't here. So she's been very antsy. So, and I'm drunk now, and I'm just using the screen time to talk about how much I love my cat. She's a very here. She is here. I'm just there. She is. I got her. She has her own little mat that I have on my desk here, and this is where she hangs out while I work. I said walk, but I meant work.
I get
Okay.
it.
And that's the second can.
Yeah, that's what I meant. But it would be remiss for me to not mention there were some other memes in the Discord that I really wanted to share, and I'm just gonna do that right now while Travis has given me the soapbox. So I do want to just.
What does that even mean? Oh, I get it.
You've given me the opportunity.
Oh.
Whoa.
So
Okay,
these are-
so just for some
Go for
context for the people
for
who've
it,
never
Travis.
been
Wow.
on the show before,
Whoa.
we played a game where we tried to guess wine stuff on Etsy, and Mark found this zebra sucking its own dick wine holder. And
That's what it's supposed to be?
yeah, that zebra's sucking its own dick, but it's a bottle of wine. And so I'm obsessed with this. It's an emote that you can use if you're a subscriber. And I guess someone found this deer that's also sucking its own. That deer is drinking wine. The zebra for sure is sucking its own dick.
Wait, how are people posting emojis of a zebra sucking its own dick? That exists?
Well, because they're subscribers, Justin, and subscribers to my Twitch channel get to use customized emotes for the channel.
Whoa.
Like Drunken
That's
Feral,
crazy.
the zebra. What else do we have? We have the no drama kombucha meme or emote for when Mark is on. And then there's another one with our faces on it, I believe, and that's it.
That's
Drunken
great.
Feral, baby.
Oh, well, and then of course there's the one with the This Is Wine logo. Seiki has graciously used all of them.
And the
in this
Miller
one
High Life,
comment.
yes.
Miller High Life, yes, because Yoni is a fan favorite. And then I also just want to
Who's Yoni?
Oh, sorry, never mind. I said the wrong thing. Miller High Life is a fan favorite. And then I just want to also just show up this masterpiece over here. This is
I will say it's embarrassing that there's this many photos of me flexing in the world. Like, how did they find this?
What I love is how easy it is to find photos of all three of us online. Like, these are not photos that we shared with the Discord. Butterpie's rubbing herself on the microphone, and that's just a fact of my life.
Butter Pie.
Yeah, she's my best friend.
We got to get
and then-
Butter Pie on a Lubanzi can. 2021.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Honestly, Butter Pie that'd be a great name. That would sell.
it
It'd
would
be
sell.
great for the Shannon.
Yeah, you guys were talking about buttery grapes earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Chardonnay. Okay, final meme I wanted to share before I recede into the shadows. Before I'm out here to promote next.
Thank you
week's
for
show,
thinking
which
this
I'm
is
very
classy.
excited about. Thank you, y'all. Okay, I'm back out. Thank you.
All right. See everyone, just like I said, it's already 1:20 and we're near the end of the show. So here's what I'd like to say. We're going to go around. Everybody can promote whatever they want to promote. Charlie, what would you like to promote on this fine day?
On the Lubanzi Day thing. Should I promote that one?
Sure. Yeah, if you want.
Yeah. I would just say,
Where can we buy it?
You can buy Lubanzi in kind of like wine shops and stores all over the U.S. We're in about like 35 states. You can also buy it online on our website, which is lubanziwines.com. And, listen, we appreciate all the support, whether it's the white, the red, the rosé, whatever you guys do. It's awesome. Cans, bottles. Whole business for us is it's more than just a wine company. We're a social enterprise. So half the profits
Yeah, I'm sorry. Tell us about that.
No, for sure. Half the profits every year go back to a nonprofit in South Africa. It's called the Pebbles Project. They work on a lot of these wine farms helping a lot of these guys who work on the farms get access, them and their families access better education, better healthcare programs. And so we sponsor a whole boatload of programs with them. And, our whole business isn't just about showing South African wine. It's also about kind of uplifting the people who are really behind it. So that's an awesome part of our business as well. And if you guys are ever so interested in trying some South African wine, definitely check us out.
Thank you so much. What a pivot from a zebra sucking its own dick. Sabrina.
It goes to a different place.
Here's the thing. I can't top a zebra sucking its own dick. So, I mean, I have my Twitch, Abelina Sabrina, but I
watch
highly
it. I'm a big
encourage-
fan. Everyone should go follow her on Twitch. I'm a big
No,
fan.
I was about to say everybody because I told my Discord about this. If you're some of my people, follow Tug Hellwig on Twitch. Subscribe through those donos because I don't have zebra dick sucking emotes. So that's where you gotta get it.
What are some of your emotes? Tell me, what are your emotes? that you
Oh,
like?
I mean, I'll post them right now. Look, they're already posting them. That's my dog Eva. And honestly, for the
Aw.
last 5 minutes, I've been texting my family to bring me my dog, please, because I can't get up, and they won't fucking do it because they're drinking in the other room. So anyway, you could get a glimpse of her in the chat if you're looking right now. There's a little Eva. That's
Aw.
mine. That's mine.
Well, thank you so much for coming on. It's been fun to finally meet you. Both still on the internet, but your face. So
Email.
nice to meet you. Meet you. Justin, what do you want to promote?
I don't really have, like anything cooking that I got to just promote right now. I think more than anything, I would just like to promote empathy. Sit with people's pain, listen to them. Don't feel like you gotta cheer them up or offer advice. Just validate, and that'll get you so far. So yeah, empathy. Pass it on.
I can't tell you the number of times that these sorts of things come up right here, and I think wine brings this out in people: the desire to want to just be kind to one another. So thank you, Justin, so much.
Mm-hmm.
That said, I will be promoting my podcast, Edith, which has just launched. 2 episodes came out this week starring Rosamund Pike. Subscribe to Edith wherever you get your podcasts. Follow Abelina Sabrina on Twitch. She is very cool and fun to watch on Twitch, and I've enjoyed watching her. And also, as always, please watch Hacks on HBO Max. No new episodes at this point, but look, if you haven't seen it, it fucking rules, baby.
Trav,
And
can I promote next week's show?
No, get out of here.
Travis.
Get out of here.
Travis.
Okay, fine. Come back.
Okay, I just want to say we had a community goal where if Travis raised 69,000 bits, I would get to run another episode of Amuse Booch, the show that's all the fun of This Is Wine, but none of the drama. And that's
There's no
next
drama,
Thursday, July 1st. It's going to be myself and a familiar face that you might recognize as Miller High Life, but he'll be playing a different character this time.
Wait, Mark, before you do this, show me Abelina's dog, please.
Yeah,
Can I
we gotta
just
look at
show
the
you?
dog. Yeah.
This
nope.
is the famous Eva from my emotes. If you
Hi,
choose
Eva.
to subscribe to me. Hello, sweet little. She's 13.
Hi, Eva.
Whoa.
Oh, she's 13.
I know.
She's
Hi,
such
Eva.
a good girl.
Wow.
She's so
Hey,
good. She's a
Eva.
little Chiweenie.
Put her on your can, Charlie. Do it.
Put her. Seriously, she.
Can we make like
Look
an
at that
extra
face.
small can
People-
that's
People
sort
love
of
her face.
Eva
It's
size?
like a short. It's like a shot size.
Yeah, kind of like a mini can. That'd be a great idea right there.
Yeah. Oh, mama. Okay, thank you.
Oh.
All right. Mark,
Uh,
continue to pitch your show for next week, please.
Well, I gotta just say that Stock Option just proposed a toast to Amuse Booch, which I will happily lead the toast there, y'all. This is a toast to no drama. Next week, we're doing a call-in show. It's gonna be me and the 20th anniversary favorite character, that I have of all media, Shrek. It's going to be me and Shrek. We're going to be calling people call in.
Wow.
I can't believe you booked Shrek. I've been trying for
booked
so long
Shrek.
to get Shrek.
I got Shrek on the show. It's going to be me and Shrek. We're going to
You
be
fucking
Shrek
chatting. We're going to
scooped
be
me.
drinking June Shine. We're going to, but if you're not into that hard kombucha vibe, I totally hear you. You could drink whatever you want. You could smoke. You could drink water. You could not consume anything because fun is what you make of it, okay?
Wow.
There's
Did
no drama
Shrek get the
here.
vaccine?
Yeah, did Shrek get the vaccine?
Shrek got the vaccine.
I think Shrek got the vaccine. I don't know if Donkey got the vaccine.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
Shrek, who got the vaccine? Shrek or Donkey?
Lord Farquaad definitely thinks that it's a New World Order conspiracy. And Lord
Definitely.
Farquaad also, he probably has been so isolated from it that he hasn't really experienced COVID because he's so
Yeah.
privileged, you know?
yeah.
Donkey should get the vaccine and hasn't.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
owner got Johnson & Johnson very early on to signal that it was safe to everyone else.
But now a little bit regrets it in her brain.
Yeah, but now it's like, yeah.
Oh
They're
my
still
gosh.
doing that one. There's still some places offering Johnson & Johnson.
Yeah.
That's the one I
At
got.
this point,
Really?
is that true, Mark?
Yeah, I got the one and done.
Well,
That's good,
luck.
though.
Yeah.
Good luck in 4 months, my man. So
All right,
thank
bye.
you so much. I'm just kidding. The Johnson & Johnson one's fine. It's just a meme at this point. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. This is so fun. Thank you to Sabrina and Justin, and most of all, the hero of the show, Charlie, and your dog, Lubanzi. Not your dog, but you know, the community's dog.
Spirit dog.
Please go buy his wine, and please keep watching. This is Wine. We'll see you next week. I love you all. Mark, you have